What up, everybody? Everybody, what's up, everybody? In What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Steve Wonderboy Thompson here. Going to be hitting you with who I think is going to win the Tyron versus Jake Paul fight. Going to be breaking them down. Going to be keeping it short and sweet. But before we get into this, tomorrow night, me and Sweet T are going to be watching this bad boy live with you guys. So come join us on the Steve Wonderboy Thompson channel. Come hang out with me and Sweet T. We're actually going to be going live prior to Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley, the main event. So be checking your social media, and we'll be letting you guys know when that is going to be. That said, who's going to win? That's what I want you guys to type in the comments below. But make sure you hit that subscribe button, y'all. If you're liking the content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But anyway, let's break this bad boy down. Let's start off with Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley is a very, very tough opponent. Former UFC welterweight champion. He's knocked out many dudes on, at a very high level. Now, it's not boxing. No, he wasn't just boxing. He was doing MMA. So you're able to use other attributes such as wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and of course, striking. But he was coming close to the end of his career there, or even a little bit before that, he was known knocking people out. He had some heavy hands. And for somebody who has been hit by his right hand, it doesn't feel good, let me tell you. So that said, Tyron Woodley is a beast, man. Yeah, he hadn't won a fight in a very long time, but I think this is kind of like an awakening for him. He's retired in MMA. He's doing something new. I know what that feels like when you're going from full contact kickboxing to over to something new, which was MMA. I loved it. So maybe that's where Tyron's at. Maybe he's feeling this fight. Maybe he's not just in it for the money, which a lot of people think so. I don't think so. I think wants to go out there and shut these dudes up. Not only that, but, I believe that he feels and should feel that he's got all of MMA kind of resting on his shoulders on this fight. Can a professional UFC fighter beat a YouTuber? That's the question. That's why people, I believe, are going to be tuning in for this fight Sunday. I'm going to be tuning in to see what happens, man. I'm cheering for my man Tyron. Stepping on the octagon and kind of sharing that experience with somebody, you got to cheer for him. You know what I mean? So I believe Tyron Woodley can go out there and put it on him. Yeah, it's not 5-minute rounds. He's going to be doing 3-minute rounds. Now, 3-minute, the pace is going to be a little different. I remember in kickboxing, I would fight, 6, 2-minute rounds. In that 2 minutes, you're going all out. There's like no holding back because you only got 2 minutes to do work. And if you're not doing work, your opponent is, and they're going to end up winning the round. So the cardio level is going to be a little different for Tyron. Now, I know he's an athlete and he's going to be, fully prepared for this fight, but that is something in the back of everybody's head as well. Can Tyron keep up with the rounds and the pace? Going from 5-minute rounds, there are times in that where you do have time to rest. You can find time to rest in boxing as well, but you got to be experienced in that. You got to know when to tie somebody up to breathe, to hem them up in the corner, to get on your bike and move. And I believe Tyron is smart enough to be able to do that. So I think Tyron has the ability to go out there and finish this guy. But let's talk about why we're all actually tuning in. Is there a chance that Jake Paul can beat Tyron? Yes, I believe there is a chance that could happen. Jake Paul is no joke. So here's a guy that's been training a little bit in boxing, and he thinks he can do it. He thinks he can go out there and make a run. I think he's already made like a kill list. Got some high-level fighters on that list. So the confidence is there. Yeah, he's 3-0 in boxing. He just beat a MMA champion in Ben Askren, but Ben Askren is not known for his striking. He was never known for his striking. It was a smart move on Jake Paul's part. So to be able to pick somebody like Ben Askren, who's got a big following as well, and him go out there and finish him was just crazy. I knew it was going to happen, to be honest with you. I called it. I figured that Jake's going to go out there and finish Ben Askren, and he did. Now, after he did that, he got a little confident. He thought he can go up and actually face somebody that could put you to sleep in Tyron Woodley. Now, Jake Paul, he's got experience. He's got the height. He's got the reach. And he looks good. Like I've seen in some of his training videos, his last fights. But does he have the experience that Tyron does? No, he doesn't. Does he know how to go out there with that very little experience, know how to rest, know how to take a breather, to be able to take a big, powerful hit that Tyron has put many people to sleep and keep on going? Is he going to break? Can Tyron break this guy? I think Jake has a better chance of breaking than Tyron. Tyron has been put in uncomfortable, god-awful, uncomfortable situations and survived and kept on fighting. I don't think Jake Paul has been there. I don't think there's anybody in those 3 fights that has put him in that situation. So that's what we're all anxious to see. Now, I've been watching some of their interviews that they've had. I think Jake Paul was talking about Tyron Woodley's mom. Not cool. Number one, you don't want to piss somebody off like Tyron Woodley. Do not want to make the guy mad. And he loves his mom. And here's a guy who is talking crap because he thinks that's what he should do, right? It sells a fight. It does. But when you start getting personal is when things are going to start to get crazy. You've seen it time and time again. Conor McGregor talking about Khabib and his family, and you saw what happened to him. And I feel like Tyron Woodley's on a war path. But it was pretty cool. In one of the interviews I saw recently, I think it was today, Tyron Woodley he hushed Jake Paul. He hushed Jake Paul. He looked at Jake Paul and was like, yo, bro, why you got them chains? Why you dressed like that? He's like, who in your neighborhood, who you grew up dressed like that? Which rappers are you listening to? He's like, those people that are, he told Jake Paul where he was from. And, he's from a rough neighborhood, Tyron Woodley. So he lived it. He's been there. And he just hushed Jake up. It was crazy. Jake had nothing to say. I recommend going and finding that interview. It was nuts. Tyron Woodley's an intelligent guy. He's very smart. And it was just cool to see. Jake, I've never seen Jake not have anything to say. So I'm anxious to see what happens. With that said, who you got? Who you got winning the fight? Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley? Type in the comments down below. And of course, remember, come join me and Sweet Tea tomorrow night. We're going to be watching the fight live on the YouTube channel. It's going to be awesome, guys. So there you have it, guys. I'm leaning towards my man, Tyron Woodley. Let's get it, baby.